I got to go to this other fucking thing, which is, oh, it just started. This one now it's saying it's running, but I didn't do the extra step because I think I set a time for it.
Ooh.
I don't know. It seems like it's going. It says live, and it's got one eyeball on it.
Okay.
So that one is, and then if I go to the other one,
the YouTube's going.
Let's go. Let's see what the what is.
You make the YouTube go?
I don't know if the YouTube's going. Let's see. Is it just gonna be me staring? Hey, the YouTube's going. The YouTube's going.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I gotta set my camera up better, but yeah, the YouTube is going.
You're a man of many hats today. A sharp-dressed man of many hats.
Okay, now we are officially. Are we? Let me just see. My camera looks even worse than when I started. What's the lag on this cocksucker? Oh, it's that far away? Okay, we're definitely going.
With the Facebook and the YouTube?
Well, that's the YouTube, so I'm going to stop that because now I can hear it in the thing.
Oh, I hear it too.
Oh, yeah. So but that one is going. And then let's go to the other one again. The other one just keeps saying it's going, but let me just go again.
I'm going to check Facebook.
Oh, it's live, all right. Colin McCluster.
Hey.
Colin McCluster told us it's all right. We're going. Thank you, Colin. That's the best piece of information we've gotten from a listener ever on this show because it makes me feel like I know what I'm doing here. Now we're ready, Kev.
I'm watching it.
Yeah, you are?
Yeah,
everything seems to be working.
We're
done. We've done what we're supposed to do. All we have to do is get this show on the road, and we actually have music back in the Dutch Hall. It's almost like we're a real show again.
Oh.
Yeah. Some of us even dressed up for the occasion, Kevin, and we have a great guest in the hall tonight. We're going to start out with some music back again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our great pleasure to introduce to you BadunkaFunk.
Yeah.
Come on, Kev. Clap for him. Yeah. There you go.
$100 suit. Looking fine in my $100 suit. Looking good in my $100 suit. Looking fine in my $100 suit. I found it at the fanciest store. Added this little weapon to my repertoire. Since I put it on, people asking for more because I light it all up when I'm on the dance floor. It will build up your confidence, make you assert all that dominance, enlighten your consciousness, make you synonymous with your unsexiness. Yeah, yeah, looking good in my $100 suit. Yeah, baby, looking fine in my $100 suit. I'll just give it to my baby girl in my $100 suit. Yeah, yeah, looking fine in my $100 suit. I can first get the line like a boss from a $100 suit. It's a secret sauce, but don't spill the sauce, cause that's the line I can't cross. You know how much this $100 suit costs? Styling, profiling, getting down to the sound. I'm looking good in the hood, baby. Look to run this town. We're rising up from the underground. Oh, I got up so you could get down, 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 down. Looking good in my $100 suit. How, baby? Looking good in my $100 suit. Yeah, just good to my baby. Good. Yeah, $100 suit. Looking fine in my $100 suit.
Big booty bitches. Big booty, big booty, big booty bitches.
BadunkaFunk, everyone.
All right.
Kev, hit that theme song, buddy. Welcome, everyone, to Pine Grove, to the Dutch Hall. We have a great show for you tonight. BadunkaFunk opened us up with an excellent performance.
Thank you.
$100 suit, right?
$100 suit.
$100 suit, and we just have to introduce the rest of the cast here, which is a very short one. We just have to introduce the All-Star of Season 8, and he's off to an okay start for Season 9. Ladies and gentlemen, behind the board and behind the organ, Kevin Fingers Van Dungeon, everyone. And beside me, looking creepy as always, sitting there with his dead eyes like a shark, Charters Robot, everyone. Charters Robot. And me, I'm your host and two-time President's Club Award winner, Pete Van Dyke, everyone. Hot crowd. It's a COVID crowd. Yeah. Now, you will notice from those watching the live stream on Facebook and on YouTube, I think ththose guys are enemies with one another, but we are on both of them. Yeah. And you're going to notice that the Dutch Hall, the people in the Dutch Hall, Mr. BadunkaFunk,
Yes.
and the host of the show, two times President Club Award winner Pete Van Dyke, are both dressed very sharply, right? And you and this robot are looking like a couple of scrubs, Kevin.
Yeah. I didn't get the memo.
Yeah, you didn't get the memo?
Did
you not see the posting of who's on the show?
I did. You know what? I'm not showing BadunkaFunk the proper respect he deserves. I apologize.
Oh, that's quite all right. I overdress for things. It's okay.
Yeah, I
Let me off the hook. I wouldn't.
I had to make a quick wardrobe change, and I got to tell you.
You happy about it?
No, I'm not happy about it whatsoever.
No, you look fantastic.
Well, thank you. I feel very uncomfortable. I want to rip this tie off in the worst way.
Just give it a loosen.
All right, we'll give it a loosen.
Yeah, just loosen. I'll loosen mine too.
We're
going all relaxed.
Casual. It's like an episode of Mad Men.
This is like a part of the wedding. Like after the speeches at the wedding, you can undo your tie a little bit, and then the bars open up. And then the tie comes off, and the tie's on your head. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you pull your cock out. Whoa, you guys don't do that?
Sometimes. I used to do it a lot more. It used to be a common thing. Like, it wasn't such a bad thing to pull your cock out. Like, it was, it was, but it wasn't traumatic. Like, now it's a source of trauma for people.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you were a source of trauma back then.
Everyone's laughing. seemed fine. I didn't, but yeah, I don't know. There could have been somebody that just saw like a penis for the first time, and they were like, they were just quiet in the corner. I didn't notice them.
I'll be like, oh, wow, that's what they're all like? That's awesome.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I just remember like a lot of times you'd be at a party and there'd be a dude naked, right? In the 90s?
Yeah.
Wouldn't there just be like a naked guy in this corner, and everyone's just having a laugh?
Some dude swinging his dick around for no reason.
Yeah, there's no social media, right? You could have your dick out.
Totally. I think I got naked at a couple parties. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like there was no evidence of it. It was great. Now,
back in the day, my God, you could do anything.
Yeah, now people are
people did do anything. Harvey Weinstein did things.
Oh, everyone did bad things. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Everything was bad. Right?
Everything was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's amazing that we know now in 2022 how bad everything was in like the 70s and 80s and 90s even. It was like that shows we've progressed at least. We've done something at least, right? Like because otherwise we wouldn't know. Because when we were doing bad things back then, and I'm saying we because like I can't say I'm innocent in any of it. We didn't know it was bad. Like we would sometimes say things like I remember as a child, the eeny, meeny, miny, mo thing. Like I used the N-word.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't use it because I was a racist child on purpose.
It was a poem.
It was a poem I heard. I had no idea what the word meant. It was something you heard. You just repeated it.
Yep.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It was supposed to be a tiger, I think.
Yeah, I was definitely in the tiger generation.
Yeah, the tiger was a good improvement to that one, I'll tell you.
But
it wasn't
20 times better than what our parents did.
Yeah. Whatever, Who knows what they did,
Yeah.
I know even when I started at work, when I started in the workplace, like I was, this would have been like 96, 97, like 97, I think, 97. And I was amazed, at how horrible everyone was. Like the moral fiber of some of these people, it was terrible,
Do you have an example?
Yeah, like lots of them. Like most of the people who like a lot of these old school like baby boomer kind of like career guys, they were chronic like
masturbators,
fornicators. Like they would like they were. Like, it was back, like, there used to be I always talk about this because it's fascinating to me. There was this game show in the 70s hosted by Bob Eubanks, who used to host the Newlywed Game. Do you remember the Newlywed Game?
Yeah. Is this the guy that Sam Rockwell played in that George Clooney movie? Like he was a CIA agent or something?
No, that's the guy from The Gong Show.
Oh, okay.
That was Chuck Barris.
Chuck Barris, that's it.
Really?
Yeah. But this guy was Bob Eubanks. He did the Newlywed Game, but he also did this show called Three's a Crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And it was, you'd have the husband and wife and the secretary on, and they would bring them both away and ask questions about the husband.
See who knew more.
And see who knew more. And they'd always ask, like, double entendre sexual questions.
Yeah.
And then it would always come out that
he's banging
the secretary and the, and the wife, of course,
Don Draper.
Yeah, that Madman stuff,
yeah.
Like it's real. That's real life,
Yeah.
Like that's how it really was. Like there was not a regard for like. See, and then I said this a couple shows ago, so it's probably. But then like our age, like my mom's age of people were the first ones to join the workforce, right? And then by the time we got there, we were realizing that these guys were all trying to fuck our moms, and then it wasn't cool anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they stopped doing it, But if they until the Generation X people entered the workforce, those baby boomers were fucking everything. Like they didn't even think there was rules against it.
They must have hated us.
Yeah, including.
Yeah, they hated us. Yeah. We were like the
Killjoys.
Yeah, everyone hates the millennials. They hated us for that stuff before the millennials came along.
Yeah.
Now they just forgot about us.
They fucked everything, including the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That it's a crazy generation,
Yeah.
Blind trust in institutions.
Abundance.
Yeah, an excess of everything, you know, and unprecedented prosperity, and rapid inflation that helped them out. Like it's a million things that went their way, you know.
Yeah.
And they didn't have like until 2008 maybe was the blip in the road for them, and then mostly it's been till 2020, till the pandemic. It's been pretty much a free, easy ride for those baby boomers. Like no real wars, no real tragedy, you know, no hardship whatsoever for that whole generation, you know.
Yeah.
Can't think of one previous that didn't go through something, you know.
I can even remember like my dad being like, "Why do you switch jobs so much?"
Yeah.
He just didn't fall into a job out of high school and stay there for 40 years.
Yeah.
It was, because back then it was like up to the employer to keep the employee.
Yeah.
Now it's up to the employee to keep the employer happy to keep your job.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I think it's changing though. There's a big power shift in as far as I hope, at least. I'm hopeful that because there's such a shortage of labor now. I think that the employee is going to have more power, and they'll start using the employer to get the life they want, rather than the employer paying the person to give up their life to live the life they want them to live. You know?
Yeah.
That's a tough sell anymore. You know, to anyone. At least, especially guys like me. Like it was a tough sell always for a guy like me. Like it stunk.
Yeah.
Every time they offered me money at my job, I'd be like to put up with more shit. I'd be like, "Can you quantify the shit?" And then I'll just like forego that amount of money. You know?
Yeah.
Like not to do the shit.
What did you do before?
I lent money to farmers, mostly farmers. But
Like you worked at a bank or something?
Yeah, like different banks and. Mostly like
You're like a finances guy.
Excuse me. Yes, I was a long time ago now. So like I'm probably pretty rusty. But yeah, money. That was my. I got like a business degree at university, and then I went into finance.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was supposed to do it for 5 years, but it went too long, and then ended up doing it a lot longer. But it's over now. It's over. It's like PTSD. You think about it. I saw a guy in khaki pants one time. No, it was like 3 guys in khaki pants at a restaurant, and I was just there to pick up food or whatever. And it was, swear to God, I was having like a.
It was triggering.
Yeah, it was like it was a Vietnam flashback. Like we were really like, it was stressful just hearing their fucking boring banter back and forth about inane bullshit. You know, none of them would ever spend time with each other unless they were forced to under this lunch scenario.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's brutal. Why'd you live your life like that? Sorry. You might be. Do you have a real job?
I have a real job. Yeah.
Do you like it?
Unfortunately, I mean, it's not. I don't know. I'm working from home right now, so it could be worse. Like.
Yeah. Do you notice a difference in the amount you work versus when you worked at home versus at work when you worked at work? You know what I mean? Like,
do you ever get to shut it off, or you always kind of?
Oh yeah, I shut it off. I'm like 5 o'clock. I'm like, boop, done. Like I'm shutting applications down.
Yeah, because you know what I find is like
because it's like at that point I'm like you can lay me off or fire me or whatever for leaving at 5. Like I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought every job I had, I always thought I could do what they wanted me to do in the 8 hours or whatever, except for manual labor where you got to do the same thing indefinitely with no reward or end. But is like I could do it in 2-3 hours, you know, like the rest of the day I'm fucking around, and it's like meetings and like telephone bullshit filler. It's like all like, you know, a bunch of crap. It's not really stuff you need to do.
Yeah.
The real work, you know, 2-3 hours tops a day, and then I'd rather, if I'm doing that at home, which I could do it anywhere, then why would the rest of the day I could be doing stuff that benefits me?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I mean,
actually, that's what I did too. To be honest with you, when I was at the banks or whatever, I never give a fuck about them. I never really did because so I'd work on my own personal stuff while I was on there, but I was getting paid by them because
Nice.
like I want me to be there for 8 hours, but I could
Yeah.
do it in 3, you know. So it was kind of nice because my wife had a business starting out, so I could work on that and then still get paid by them. That was kind of sweet. I forgot I did that because that was kind of sweet. Yeah. And I always tell my kids that too. I'm like, don't go work for somebody else and give your life to them. You know, you have to, like, if you're going to sell your life to a company, like, make sure you're getting what you want out of it. You know, you got to be, they're asking for a lot of you. You know, if they're asking for 40 hours of your week, it's a lot of your time.
It's so much time.
Yeah.
Like, how does anybody get anything done with a job?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good point.
It is
You
a good
know,
point,
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
I know, it's funny. Like, I know sometimes if people that work night shifts, they'll be like, that's the time I can get stuff done because you're like awake during the day. Versus like normally if people work in the day, they get home around supper time and they're kind of bush. They just kind of.
Yeah.
Whereas when he's on night shift, you have the afternoon where he's you're up and.
I found that when I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could stay up till noon if you wanted. Like, say you're done at 7, you could stay up till noon if you felt like it, or you could go right to bed and get up at 3.
Yeah, yeah.
My problem is when you get up at 3, you're kind of like you're waiting to go to work, and that sucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like it'd be like getting up at 2 in the morning and you start at 8.
Yeah.
You're just waiting.
That's like stand up though, because you're at night and you gotta wait forever. It's fucking over real fast. It's like
Sex.
It's like sex, yeah. Really is. Did you do stand up before?
Yeah, I did stand up for many years. Yeah, a while ago, yeah.
Oh, really? In Hamilton?
Yeah, in Hamilton, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Did we meet then?
I don't know. Like, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think so either. I know
Yeah.
I met you once in Delhi.
Yeah.
At the church.
At the church.
And then, I saw the BadunkaFunk stuff online, so I knew you were doing stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
been a while since I've been performing. I just like, I don't know. Stand up got, I don't know. It got too much. I didn't want to do it anymore.
It wears at you, man.
It does for sure.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. They say it's a calling. If in order for you to endure the punishment of stand up, you have to think it's for something bigger than that.
yeah. And I find like with
Not-
the music, like I can still get into it even if there's 4 people there. You know, with stand up, it's just brutal.
Yeah.
And like there's so much judgment. You walk on the stage and it's just like people are like, how dare you?
Oh yeah.
How dare you take that microphone and start speaking into it?
It's like instant feedback too, right? Like
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
But the people who will come to a show and they're almost mad at you, like they doubt that you're funny.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
how dare you go up there? Yeah, like, and they're like tempting you, like, go ahead, try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, what the fuck is your problem?
Why would you come to a comedy show if you're like
Yeah, you're not.
skeptical?
It's like
Yeah.
going to see a magician and just so you can say this isn't real.
Yeah.
Fake. Of course it's not real. You know, like just get over it. You know, same with wrestling. You know,
Yeah.
just fucking enjoy the show.
And then there's like times where it is at a restaurant, like you're doing an open mic at a bar or something, and people just showed up to like have a drink,
Yeah.
and you're performing and you're like trying to engage them, and it's like, yeah.
Oh yeah. You ambush them. You
Yeah.
totally hijack their night.
And it's like from their perspective, I totally get the negativity, you know.
Oh yeah.
So music, I guess you could at the very least play a song everybody knows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could play a song everybody's, even if it like even with this, it's like I'm not playing like offensive music. Like it's got a groove to it. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
if people are like chatting with their friends while it's happening, like I'm not like feeling the need to pull 100% of your attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which stand up is that. It's like you go on the stage and it's like you need 100% of everyone's attention or it's not really going to work.
Yeah. You're asking for a heck of a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you're in these like, and I know they're like a necessary function of the way stand up works is to have these rooms, these horrible ambush rooms, and they're just a deal where somebody who's not really good at booking a show convinces a bar owner to let us do stand up.
Yeah.
There's no money that changes hands.
No.
There's no there's just a tolerance that we're going to do this.
Yeah.
And they don't move the regulars. They don't shut the hockey game off. They don't do anything to accommodate you. You know, but there's a function to those rooms as far as like, if you make it work, if you make a joke work there, it's a joke worth keeping. You know, like it's a
Yeah.
You know, but the fact that that they have to exist, I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with that because they're so terrible. Like, I mean, they set every comic up to fail. They make comedy look bad.
Yeah.
Like, they make it look worse than it should be. And you can see a good performer and he's going to look like shit in that situation, you know?
Yeah, totally.
You know, another thing about music versus comedy is you can practice at home and you know it's pretty good, but if you practice it enough at home, like you know that it kind of sounds good, it sounds like shit.
Right.
But I can't tell a joke to myself or even record it and then play it back. There's no audience, the energy will never be the same, you know?
Yeah. It's
I tell my wife jokes that I'm going to say on stage all the time. And then she's like, yeah, that's funny or whatever, you know. And then I'll say it on stage and it'll do good. And then she'll see it and she'll be like, oh, you say it way different. You know, you say it way different when you're up there, you know. Like, I'm like, yeah, because it's like, I tell her the bones of the joke, you know, like how the structure works, you know, like this is the setup, this is the punchline. But then when you're on stage, you're kind of working it into like conversational kind of talk, or you're trying to make it seem more natural. Yeah. And then, or working it into crowd work or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And then, and plus you have the energy of those people, the live people in the room. And then when there's that energy, you just are, I don't know, you're into your performance mode, you know, whether that be the rhythm or the cadence or the pacing of performing, and you're full of piss, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you get like full of adrenaline.
Yeah.
That's what why I could never quit comedy, I don't think. Like, that's why this lockdown's killing me.
Right.
It's because I need that adrenaline pump.
Yeah.
You know?
It's I missed I didn't realize how much I missed performing. I'm glad it's with music for sure. Stand up is still a little bit much right now.
But it does the same thing though. Like, it gives you a charge, right?
For sure. Yeah.
And so how long you been doing this stuff?
I started when it was like the first lockdown. That's when I started getting it together.
Oh yeah.
And I started like releasing some online videos, and I was like, this is really fun. And I just started putting these videos together. I had so much time, right? And I figured it all out. And then I was like, I just want to get it. I just want to do this on stage. So, you know, I got my act together and figured out what I need, built this rig, and then I signed up for, you know, Dean Rainey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you lent out your church property to
the Tailgate Talent.
The Tailgate Talent Show. So I was in season 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like spoilers. My episode isn't airing for a couple weeks, but I don't know. No. I'm gonna spoil it. Okay. I won the like my round or whatever, so I got to perform in the finals in Waterford.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it solidified that I was on the right path, I guess, you know, like
cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, David Green was on that show, and
he was on the same day but a different episode. So yeah, me and him were head to head in the finals.
Yeah, he came and did our podcast after.
That's right. That, because I was trying to get him to party at my house. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was. I don't think he really realized how far away I was. Like I was even further.
Oh.
From where he was going.
Yeah.
Because he's Niagara, eh?
Yeah.
By the time he got here, he was tired.
Oh yeah. I was trying to get him to come to my place, which was like nearby, you know.
Yeah. Oh, after here.
after, before, whenever. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have worked.
But yeah, it was awesome. And like it was at the Waterford Legion, doing shows at the Legion.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. And
Yeah.
there was like 100 plus people there.
It's about that's Fred Eagle Smith did my show one time, and he was saying he does all that, like books the legions and sets his own chairs up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like this podcast kind of thing. Like you get all the control over everything. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So I love Legion shows or Hungarian Hall shows. Or,
Hungarian Hall.
You know.
Yeah, so I was in Hamilton, and I just moved to Delhi in what was it? Just over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm originally from Hamilton.
You were born and raised in Hamilton?
Yeah.
How was that switch?
Pleasant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like living in the country, man. It's great. Small town life.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
But we grew up that way.
I just wonder, like something like just. I would think there's always something to do.
Yeah.
In Hamilton, but
there definitely was that, but I don't know. I just hit like an age, and we just like hung out at home all the time.
Yeah.
Plus
I don't
Hamilton smells.
It does now. I notice it now when I go back there. I'm like,
Yep.
This is quite pungent.
You can smell when you get there.
Really? I've never noticed the smell of Hamilton, to be honest with you.
I think it's those coke ovens from the 2 steel plants.
Yeah, probably. I used to live like a stone's throw from DeFasco there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
It's got
Is that by where the galley pump is?
pretty close. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Galley Pump's more central Hamilton. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because that's a tough part of town.
Oh, I've done tons of shows. Not tons, but I've done at least like 3 or 4 shows at the Galley Pump.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I just did one, but I will be going on Mondays once they let us do it again.
Yeah, so
That's my Monday working room going forward for a bit. The
That's-
galley pump. It's like you go in there to take a beating. It's a tough room, but it's like I said, that's where you go to
yeah,
Find
yeah,
out if you're honest, right?
yeah,
to see what you
jokes are
can
good.
do.
to strengthen. It's like working out a little.
Yeah.
yeah. So does Ryan Sim host that?
Yeah, Ryan Sim and Doug Koning, I think.
Sweet. Yeah, I just met Ryan. I haven't met him in person. I just met him because I did a show with David Green on Friday. On his
Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's where I met him.
I have not done a Zoom show yet, and I don't want to. I think I've tapped on it. I don't give a shit that I'm a dinosaur and blah, blah, blah. I just don't like it. It's just, to me, I just hate it. Unless you can have, if you can't have the sound and the feel of a live audience, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
It's, you know?
Yeah, it was definitely weird because it was like I was performing to a camera in my basement.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's in that regard, it's 100 times easier than stand up, the music thing, because
Okay.
I can go in my basement and just like gyrate my hips,
Yeah.
no problem.
You're more like an OnlyFans girl.
Yeah, exactly. Except I just give it away for free on Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to do this thing. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all.
But it's a thing that we do, and we haven't done it this whole season since the beginning of the year, and it's a thing that we call feedback. We got feedback.
We got feedback.
Well, welcome to Feedback. We got feedback. This week's segment is brought to you by, you can listen to the ads at the beginning of the show whenever I put those up because I'm not going to bore you with it. But every week we ask our listeners to reach out to us, let us know what they think of the show. And they do that at livefromthedutchhall@gmail.com or thedutchhall@gmail.com or Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, any of that stuff. And they give us messages. Now, I had them both printed out, and the one is the one is on that counter there. Can you reach that? There's a folded piece of paper, just a folded 1.5. That is what I'm looking for. And I have one other one. Is that it? Oh, it's just a card? No, that's not it. It's a folded piece of paper. It's not there. No, never mind, Kev. I left it somewhere else. Well, I'll get it on my phone. But anyways, we had one listener who we read his feedback on the. I tried as long as I could. We read his feedback on the season 8. I know I did it again. On season 8, and it was Bonesy. And Bonesy just wanted to give us a follow-up message. He says, "Hello, Pete. Just listened to the season finale." And he says, "Hopefully 2022 will be an improvement over the 2021. Not sure it can get any worse. Your newest Diamond Club inductee, Bonesy." And so thank you to Bonesy there. And we have one more piece, which I, for the life of me, cannot figure out. It's from our queen, Kevin.
Oh, Jen.
That's what I mean. Yeah. And it's just, there it is. There it is. Anyways, here it goes. It's from our queen, our one and only Patreon subscriber.
Keeps the show going.
Keeps the lights on here.
Yep.
And without her, we'd be nothing. Anyone else, if any of you listeners were such cheap pricks, you would at least give $5 on Patreon. But no, Jen does it.
Yeah.
She gives $5. She gives more. I'm going to tell you that. She's a good woman. Our queen. Anyway, she says, still listening. Hi, Pete. Happy New Year. Congratulations on 8 seasons, and thank you. I hope all goes okay with your chemo. Okay. That's where I was like, I don't remember saying anything about chemo, but you're not the only person that said this. Kevin says someone else said it to him as well. And I don't remember what I said that would make people think I'm going to undergo chemo, but Kevin said I said I was going to lose my hair.
Because he said it might come back curly. That I remember.
Yeah. And that's because eventually, with this cancer that I have, I may eventually, the treatment will be chemo, but I don't have to do it yet. I have to eventually do it. Now I have to just wait until my body deteriorates enough to warrant the chemo making me even worse.
So you're not doing chemo?
Not currently, no.
No appointments for chemo?
No appointments for chemo either. Okay. I just have to go for my waitful watching appointment. So I just give blood, and they tell me come back in 3 months usually.
Give more blood?
Yeah.
Then you're set free?
And then in those 3 months, funky shit happens to my body, and I grow lumps all over places, and then they go away. Yeah. And then I get there, and they're like, "You're doing great," and then I go away again.
You're like, but you should have seen.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, I had fucking lumps on my head.
Yeah.
They're like, whatever, they're gone now. And I'm like, okay, go back to living your crazy life. We'll see. That's honestly what they do.
Wow.
Now they put it off because of COVID.
Well, that's good she cares, though.
Well, it is good she cares, Kev.
Man.
I just don't know why. I don't want to give people the wrong impression.
No.
I'm listening. I'm still listening and have been enjoying the conversations with the regular crew and with Joe and Michael Moses.
Ooh.
She's like, Joe got positive reviews here. I've never heard that.
No. She didn't say he was likable.
No, she said she's been enjoying the conversations with Joe.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she likes him.
What did you think about that when Joe was in there? Didn't you think he was like a difficult to control child that day? I thought.
Well, there's
very excitable.
I found because there's another comedian, an actual real comedian, Moses, and you, another real comedian. He was kind of like
We ganged up on him a little bit before the show. I wish they would have. We would have recorded the roasting of him that we did.
Yeah.
Remember where he kept trying to say something serious and we just kept interrupting him with things that were horrible about him.
His small penis and
it was such a long list.
Yeah.
It was such a fun list.
Yep.
Anyways, it wasn't on the air, but
let me tell you, it was really good.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. What you guys don't know is that this shit that we put out to you is the worst stuff. It's the before and after. It's
Minus the musical performance.
really, yeah,
tonight.
that was great. That was great, BadunkaFunk.
That was good. Yeah.
That was great.
Thank you.
I like all of your goals for this year, and I hope that you get your bartender and your band back together.
Ooh.
Keep up the good work, Jen. Now, thank you, Jen, our queen. Now, I have to tell you, God himself came on our program and said we need to get the band back together.
He did.
And now our queen says we have to get the band back together.
A royal proclamation.
I think we got to get the band back together, Kevin.
I think we should.
So,
Let's go knock on doors.
okay, we have to do it. We're adding it to the season. We're going to have to do this. If you were in the nocturnal emissions in the past, be expecting a phone call. We're going to be starting bothering you on this program. We have no choice. We're going to get the band back together some way. All right? That's just what it's going to take. Oh, God. Who do you think's going to be the toughest to get?
I'm afraid of what'll happen with Wes if he doesn't want to.
Whiskey West?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a wild card. You want to know why? Still, waters run deep with that fella. He doesn't say many words, eh? What he does is he thinks deeply, and and God only knows. But if I know Whiskey West, you know, if we're going to be, if we're not just getting the band back together, you know, for willy-nilly, if we're getting the band back together to kick some ass,
oh, he's in.
Then he's in,
yeah.
Right? And I got to tell you, this has been something that's in the works. I got to tell you, it's not just Jen and God. It's something that I've wanted as well. And we have reached out. I have reached out to the band to gauge their interest.
How's that going?
To come back on the show, I don't know about on the show, for any sort of regularity. But to do some dates, like to do some actual live shows once they let us start doing shit again.
Oh, yeah?
I have a commitment from most of the nocturnal emissions. Most of the nocturnal emissions for a number of... And then I actually went out and I approached the bus driver.
No kidding.
And said, would you drive an RV again? If I lined up a few places.
Road dates.
Yeah, road dates. Because that was the most fun when we did that tour. And because it's the most ridiculous thing. Eh? Like we were a podcast for like maybe a year. And we had a semblance of a house band. We didn't have much. We didn't even know how to put on a show really at all. Like it was embarrassing looking back. But we rented an RV and went to Orangeville and Leamington.
They took her on the road
to do shows in people's houses.
Cool.
And the one guy actually let in, like there was listeners and people that came that he didn't know in his own house. And one of our listeners actually ended up passing out in his bedroom in his wet underpants because he was in his hot tub before that.
Oh, I thought you...
So anyways, it was such a fun tour.
Should have had a shirt made up.
Yeah, you know, guys will go like on a weekend with their friends to like a NASCAR race or like a football game or something like that. And you think about what you spend on that, right?
Yeah.
And then we just took that same amount and spent it on this bullshit tour that we did.
But the entertainment you provided, you did a service.
Oh, it was so fun. It was so fun too. Like I remember one point, Michael's drumming, and some principal that was at the show is like sitting on his lap, like it's a lady principal.
Yeah. Oh,
and she's and he's like holding her hands with the drumsticks and drumming, you know, like for the song. It was just so fun. It was just laugh, you know. It's just like, it's the best. So that's what I want to do again this year. It's like something that doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Like just rent a thing, find people that are willing to let you do your show. But this time the show will be better, and this time I know better venues too that'll let us do it.
Please keep me informed. I really want to do more shows around Norfolk. So
Oh, around Norfolk?
or anywhere.
Yeah.
Why? What were you thinking?
Oh, I'm going to be leaving for
Australia.
the tour.
Oh,
No,
Australia?
not Australia yet.
God damn it.
But we can get it. Like, Emil said we got his couch. I'm pretty sure. He sent a picture of it.
Yeah,
It did look like a bunch of pussies, didn't it?
it did.
Yeah, but anyways, we are basically starting this podcast just to find couches around the world that we can sleep on, because we will go anywhere. But I was thinking, like, I do want to do Interkip, because Interkip.
Where's Innerkip?
Interkip?
Is that by Barrie?
No, Interkip's by Woodstock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's out that way, and because I want to have my buddy Joe Batello perform in Interkip.
Good idea.
As part of that one, because that would be great, because he's been trashing them on our program for a lot.
Innerkip?
The citizens of Interkip, and so we have listeners from Interkip. And I would like to bring that conflict together.
Sweet.
What I'd actually like to do is this has been a dream of mine, and I know Joe will never find out about this because he only listens to the stuff he's on, is I want to have a show like maybe around here, but we get a bus of people from Interkip to come down. And then I hire Joe to headline the show. I show that I have confidence in his act and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I totally lie to him. And then, and then I book him as a headliner, but the crowd's enjoying the host. They enjoy the middles and everything. Then the headliner comes out, and they're totally on the whole bus ride down. I'm just playing them clips of like what Joe trashing them and coaching them how to like ruin Joe's night. You know?
Coaching them.
Yeah. Just so that, and then totally no word to him at all. Just set him up for this horrible fail. Like, this is a fantasy of mine that I would rank with a sexual fantasy. You know, that's how much joy it brings me to think about. You know, to bring that bombing on. And this is something that he does to himself all the time, and I could just wait around, go to some shows with them, and watch him bomb terribly too, and I'd not have to go through any trouble, you know, something he's doing to himself.
It'd be fun to be the architect, though, wouldn't it?
Yes, that's what I think it would be fun. The scheming is
The
what
scheming.
the scheming.
Yeah.
Plotting. Yes, I like that stuff. Bringing a plan together like Hannibal,
Jigsaw killer.
George Papard.
Get you a big
Who's
cigar.
the Jigsaw killer?
The dude from Saw.
Oh, I didn't watch Saw.
Oh,
It's too scary.
It's
Yeah.
too scary?
I don't
You
like
ever
scary
watch
movies, man.
Oh, really?
Do you
ever
like
watch
scary
The
movies?
A-Team? No. You know what movies I hate more than scary movies, though?
He said it's serious too. Did you see us?
Yeah, and then quickly change the subject.
No.
No, moving on.
Don't talk about scary movies.
Is those fucking Fast and Furious movies stink, too?
Oh,
never
yeah.
watched one, but they look awful.
I've
I
never
mean,
watched
they
it either.
didn't. They never really claimed to be good.
No,
They're just like, they're for, yeah.
I actually,
douches, eh?
Yeah, like car people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes,
I
like-
do like the Rob Zombie. I don't know if they're scary movies. They're considered scary, but I do like those ones. Like the House of a Thousand Corpses and the Devil's Rejects. I thought they're, I don't know if
I
they're
didn't see him either.
No.
Sounds scary.
more like Texas Chainsaw
You know,
Massacre.
I watched. What's the one? Them? Is it Them? Is that the Jordan Peele one? Jordan Peele, he does that. He did that horror movie, and is where like
Us?
Us?
Is it Us?
Us? Is that the one?
I think so.
So where
yeah.
they made the black people, like where like rich white people would take over black people's
Oh,
bodies.
that was
You know that movie?
Yeah, I know that movie.
That was supposed to be scary though, right?
It was, yeah, but it wasn't scary.
It wasn't scary to me at all.
No.
I thought that was fine, that movie.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was all right.
You know what I like? To be honest, my favorite kind of movie, as it turns out, double cross movies. You know?
Double cross movies.
Yeah, where everyone double crosses everybody, and
Right.
you think you know. I just watched an old movie with like I don't know even know why I watched it, but it was like Audrey Hepburn and
see?
Cary Grant
Oh yeah.
and what's the guy's name? James Colburn and
Rock Hudson.
George Kennedy, you know, from Naked Gun.
Oh yeah,
You know, the partner of Leslie Nielsen.
the old detective.
Yeah, George
Yeah.
Kennedy.
Isn't his partner O.J. Simpson?
He's one of them. It was
okay.
it was him, and the partner was George Kennedy, and then like Norberg was OJ, and he was
okay.
like the third wheel kind of
Oh, okay.
comic relief.
Comic relief.
That's what
Okay.
OJ's famous for.
Yeah, OJ's famous for comic relief. Yeah, OJ. He's
If
in
I
there.
did it.
Yeah, I don't have nothing for OJ. I'm tired. I think it's because I'm wearing a stupid suit. It feels like I'm at a funeral.
Oh, man, it feels like you're at a funk party. You don't wear red sequins to a funeral, do you?
This is like some sort of an Italian shirt too.
Like,
I don't know where.
Yeah, the light
found
like
it.
glistens off of it. Like you don't want you'd be like getting reflections in the preacher's eye.
I know. I'm just not. You know, I'm not. You think this is disrespectful to wear at a funeral? To be honest, is it too shiny?
I think it's uplifting.
Look on the bright side. I have this shirt.
Yeah. How can you be sad when I have a shiny shirt?
This dead guy in the box would be happy to see me in this shirt.
Yeah.
You like go and tap dance on top of the coffin as it's going down.
Hello, my darling. Hello.
Yeah.
Ah.
You see, I don't like it. I don't want to do any of that stuff. All right, so I think that's it, right? We got to our 2 feedbacks. And that is a successful, and we got sidetracked. That's a successful feedback segment. So if you'd like to...
I want to do it. I want to do a feedback.
Gotta
That's
get
so
permission,
fun.
but yeah.
Yeah. That's an asterisk power thing
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
had?
yeah. You pointed.
Yeah, because I gave the point.
Yeah.
I like it, Kevin. Yeah, you can have them have it.
I'm
You can
sorry.
have
I
it.
didn't mean to.
I was halfway through the click. I was hoping for a point at that.
So we have a couple of things to do before we end the show. Thank you very much for coming in. It's been great to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
So we have 2 bits, Dan, and then we'd like to ask you to play another song.
Definitely.
We have either the news of the week or a robot jokes. And the robot wrote us jokes 2 weeks ago because he wanted to show he was contributing to the show. And the other one is just simply jokes that are ripped from the headlines.
Ooh.
So those are your 2 choices.
I wish we had
I don't
Jeff.
know.
Do.
Yeah. Let's go. Robot jokes.
Robot jokes. All right. So I would say these jokes are have not been screened.
Okay.
They've been written by the robot and handed to me. Right. I have no.
Your line producer didn't go over them first.
I have not screened these, vetted these jokes in any way, and I do not endorse
That's
the
important.
jokes
That's important
of Robot Dave. You know, these are definitely just his jokes, and I do not know what's going through his head. Okay. I don't want to start with that one. Okay. Why did the father of 4 children wrap himself in duct tape during the most recent lockdown?
Oh, why?
To keep himself from murdering his family.
Oh, he likes them.
Oh.
He likes them.
That is outrageous.
It sure is.
What is more believable, that all of these public restrictions of our freedoms are necessary, or Doug Ford can wipe his own ass?
Oh.
No. That's wisdom.
What's the difference between Doug Ford and Adolf Hitler?
Wow, he's got to think for.
Wow.
He's really gone after Ford here.
What is the difference?
At least Adolf Hitler gave you a train ride before imprisoning you. Whoa.
Jesus.
That one's borderline.
Oh, well, hey.
Wow.
Why did the master of industry start painting pictures of the queen with his penis?
Why?
It was either that or noose tying. He tried every other mind-numbing distraction from the emptiness of life. Charlie, are
This poor bastard.
I think
You
he's.
okay?
Are you okay, buddy?
Don't live your life in regret.
Another Doug Ford joke. You want one?
Yeah.
What's the difference between Doug Ford and a date rapist?
Oh my goodness.
A date rapist will get you drunk before he fucks you.
No.
And what's the difference between Justin Trudeau and a huge talking pussy?
What could be the difference?
A huge talking pussy is less of a huge talking pussy.
I'm sure it.
I like that one, Dave. I like
Good job. He ended strong on that one.
Well, that's it for robot jokes. If you'd like to, people at home, if you'd like to, reach out. Yeah, you might. If you want to get set up for the closer, I'll finish everyone up here. If you'd like to reach out to our program and give us some feedback, please do so at livefromthedutchhall@gmail.com, thedutchhall@gmail.com, or you can go to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We are the Dutch Hall. You can find us there. And once again, I'd like to thank BadunkaFunk for coming in. Please look for him or Craig Watkins anywhere that you are looking for live entertainment. And Kevin, thank you as always for doing a great job behind the board there.
Dressing up.
We're going to get you on that organ eventually. And everyone at home, tell a friend.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the end. And until next week, we will see you, NT. See you next Thursday. Hit it, BadunkaFunk.
Joke on BadunkaFunk. I want my joke on BadunkaFunk. I want my joke on BadunkaFunk. I want my joke on BadunkaFunk. I like big butts and I cannot lie, but usually me and society don't see eye to eye. I like to advocate for the bigger ladies, but everywhere I go, all I get is haters. So all the big girlies should show off your love handles. If someone tells you no, well, forget the beauty standards. Cause chubby versus skinny, chubby's gonna win it. If the guys say otherwise, they're too afraid to admit it. 36, 24, 36, yeah, right. A girl who fits her size is still pretty slight. And a real brick house is thicker than your type. And the Commodores can go take a hike. Cause sexy ain't a size, so wiggle them thighs. Showing everybody who's doing it right. Want my joke on BadunkaFunk. Just give me that BadunkaFunk, baby, yeah. I want my joke on BadunkaFunk. Just give me that BadunkaFunk, baby, yeah.
Oh my God, Becky. Look at her butt. Oh my God, Becky. Look at her butt.
house.